I am a big believer in making your software work for you, not the other way around. And I've tried to carry that philosophy throughout Monkey Tools as I've been building it. I try to store defaults and do all kinds of things that are going to make your life easier the next time that you work with a program. And what I want to show you today is some of the options that are built into Monkey Tools so that you can actually go and even customize that experience a little bit further. So here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and open up the Options Monkey. And you'll notice right away here that it comes up and it tells me the first thing is that it checks for updates every 14 days. Now I have clients that want to check for updates every 1 day. I've got clients that want to check for updates every 30 days. When it checks for an update on that pre-assigned schedule, it will prompt you. You can either choose to install it or ignore it at your choice. You can even come in here and check for an update right now if you want to do so, and it will go and figure out, is there an update available for you? But for some of my clients, they actually don't want to check for updates at all. And that's fine, although I do recommend that you keep your Monkey Tools up to date. If you do not want to check for updates at all, you can always set this to -1 days. And at that point in time, it will now no longer provide an automatic update check. At that point, you'll be required to hit the check for update now button to see if there's anything new there. Now I'm going to leave mine set this way. And the reason for this is because I actually am on the development machine for this. You can see my installed version is newer than the current release right now. So there's no point in me checking the website for updates. But for you, obviously, that would not be the case. You're not going to be ahead of the curve here because we only have one release that we have out there. The remaining information down the bottom here is for retrieving and activating your license codes. I've covered the activation stuff in different videos, so I'm going to leave that one alone for right now. Just be aware that it is contained within the Options Monkey. Now, as far as the Biblio Monkey goes, this is the place where we actually find the configuration information for the Biblio Monkey. If you need to create a new Biblio Monkey database or use a different one, this is where you would change it. Again, I've covered this in a different video, so I'm not going to go through this one again here, but just be aware that it is in the Options Monkey which Biblio Monkey database you are actually connected to. Now, let's take a look at the Reset Forms page. You'll notice there's a lot of different forms that are listed here. In fact, by far the vast majority of them. Now, the reality is on this one is that what we do is we try to make your life easier by making the assumption that whatever you did last time in these forms, however you've customized them, take for example a calendar where you've chosen specific date columns, our thought is that you're probably going to want those same columns chosen next time you run a Calendar Monkey. So we store those defaults for you. Now, you may not want that, or you may want to be into a place where you say, hey, you know what, I want to reset a specific form so that it's not holding on to those defaults anymore because I want to see what it looked like when it first came out. So what we can do is we can come back to the Calendar Monkey, we can choose Reset, and that will actually clear out all of your saved settings for that specific form. And if you want to do all of them, you can select all and you can hit the reset button on those as well. Now the last page that I want to show you here is the global options. And the global options, what it allows us to do is customize the options for the different features that we have inside Monkey Tools itself. You'll notice the first block is all about the From Table Arrange Monkey, and you'll notice that I actually have one of these checkbox checked. Use default Control L shortcut behavior. And this is because I do a lot of teaching, so I need to be able to show the default Control T behavior. But what I do is I tell my students I'm pressing Control T, but I press Control L. They do the same thing, but this way I get the default behavior to demonstrate for my students by pressing Control L, but I don't lose the goodness of the Monkey Tools version with Control T, and I can call that for my own use when I'm working with things, so it works best for me. Of course, all your prefaces can be customized here. There's lots of different options for the From Table Arrange Monkey you can play around with, and they're all found right here. Now, the Use Legacy Pivot Table menu buttons is actually a setting to help you if you don't have a menu that shows up with these items on it. If you want to go back to the classic pivot table menu, you can actually go and you can click on this button here, and that's going to give you the insert pivot table rather than these individual separated items that we have in this particular case. If you're going to be doing that, the reality is you're probably on Excel 2016 or earlier before they invented these, from Power BI kind of setups that we have today. The Enhanced Query Metadata Analysis. This one here, if you click this box, basically what happens is it won't try and run the deep analysis before loading Query Sleuth or the Calendar Monkey for that matter, which actually causes refreshes of your data. And if your data is stored in SharePoint, that can add a significant latency to the refresh styles and times that go through behind it. So this will actually disable that from happening. Now, there are certain features where we still do need to actually put that in place, but for those ones, we'll make it happen. But in this case here, it would say, hey, okay, let's not take it down to an incredible level on this one here that's really going to cause your form to look like it's locked up because we're trying to dig into a much deeper root and maybe we don't have authentication. So if you're connecting to SharePoint sources and you find that Monkey Tools runs really, really slow or sometimes gets blocked, maybe try checking that box to disable things. If you're on a pro license and you want to see what the user interface looks like in free mode, what would you lose? You can check this box right here, and what's going to happen is it will actually start graying out the commands that you can't use, like time sleuth. When you open up some of the forms, you'll see the different options that actually get grayed out right away. You'll notice that as soon as you do this, you can't use the default edit table name experience either. I'm going to uncheck this because I definitely want to use this. This is the function that allows you, when you're in pro mode, if you rename a table, we will scan all of your Power Queries and update the table name within the Power Query so that you never end up with a broken table name. If you want to end up with broken table names, by all reasons, just go and hit the Use Default Edit Table Name experience. And the final ones that we have here are around error logging. I hope you never have to use these. If you do, you're probably going to be in touch with us anyway. But really, generally we would set both of these on, run the piece here, and if you need it, you can right-click on this guy here, and it will actually open up the error log file. You can see I've got a variety of different things that I've been playing around with in this area. But with the right-click, we can go directly there so we can see what's going on with it. But those are the different options that we have available to customize the user experience in Monkey Tools. Hopefully you won't need to change too many of them. We've tried to think about what the default should be there, but if you do, they're available. So by all means, go and make the changes that you need to do to make Monkey Tools work as best as possible for you. Thanks for watching this episode of Using Monkey Tools. To get your own monkey, visit our website at monkeytools.ca. Or if you subscribe to Skillwave's Self-Service Business Intelligence Academy, you'll get a free annual pro license included with your subscription. And remember, Monkey Tools was developed to support better Excel and Power BI solutions. If you want to learn how to really master these tools, you should definitely check out our full course catalog at skillwave.training.